Located on 225 acres in Garden City, Long Island, Nassau Community College, a member of the State University of New York system, has close to 20,000 students attend the school each year. The college mascot is Leo the Lion, and these are his stories of the school's absolute best and brightest who have graduated over the past 50 plus years. So let's catch up together as the Alumni Association of Nassau Community College proudly presents Lion Tales on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
Welcome to Lion Tales. My name is Dr. Lynnda Nadien, and I am a director on the board of the Alumni Association at Nassau Community College and a proud graduate. I am here to celebrate the successes of our alum, and together we will share stories that will uplift, inspire, and often amuse you. Each week, I will introduce you to the alumni of Nassau Community College interested in sharing their experiences while attending the college and the secrets to their success. Look for many new and exciting events on the Alumni Association social media pages and share any exciting news with us on Facebook, Instagram, or on our webpage at ncc.edu/alumni. Or find me on X at Dr. Lynnda Nadien. The lion is the mascot for Nassau Community College. The lion is associated with balancing power, intention, physical strength, and grace. Our alum possess these same characteristics and symbolize courage, nobility, royalty, strength, stateliness, and valor. Lions are a symbol of royalty, and all of our alum contribute to the beauty of our college society. Together, we are Lion Tales. Today, I would like to welcome to Lion Tales Jason Spiller, class of 2021.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, Jason graduated from NCC in 2021 with an associate's in science. He transferred to Hofstra University, where he majored in TV and video production. Jason was active in Heat as well as 88.7 WRHU radio at Hofstra University. Jason served as the director of the News Tech and was a well-respected radio engineer, having learned to do so at WHPC 90.3. As a Hofstra graduate, Jason is an aspiring TV video person seeking work in the industry. He loves Rocket League, Magic Gathering, and the games of Legend of Zelda. Welcome to Lion Tales, Jason Spiller, class of 2021.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. So, when you go back and you think about your intentions when you left high school to come to Nassau, what was that like? Did you come right to Nassau?
Yeah, I did come initially to Nassau Community College because when I was looking for a program, I knew I have special needs. I have autism. I'm on the spectrum. Mm-hmm. So I was looking for a school that had a good support system, and I found the Aspires program with with Professor Viskovich, and she was so helpful with everything. So I'm really happy that I met her, and that's what made me come here.
Wow. And so what were your interests at the time? Were you interested in radio and TV?
My initial my family used to make fun of me for this. I had two sides of my brain. I have the science side and I have the tech side. So I knew I wanted to do something either with medical microbiology or with television video. Two extremely different things, I know. Mm-hmm. But what happened was that so when I came here, you guys didn't have a TV program at the time, so I majored in science, specifically biology, because my intent was to transfer out of here to go to medical microbiology. Realized it didn't work after I graduated. I wanted to go into TV video because I fell in love with just doing that stuff here at WHPC.
Wow, so that's really interesting. So at the time, you were really focusing on science, but then once you began your courses, what were the courses like that you took at the beginning? I took a lot of just your general ed classes, just the stuff that you would take normally your first year. Mm-hmm.
But I definitely took a large amount of science classes because I was majoring in science with concentration biology. So I took a lot of bio classes, and as I went through like 3 years here, I realized that the classes were just getting harder and harder for me to comprehend and wrap my head around.
Yeah.
And that's when I realized this wasn't for me, and I switched my major when I got to Hofstra to TV video.
Yeah. You're a person who has multiple intelligences, though, because if you can do science and then do production, TV and production, that's very important too. So you use both. You use both sides of the brain, which is amazing.
Yeah, I'm very much a tech savvy person, as some people would say, but also I can navigate a good conversation about science. I know my way around science and specifically biology.
And so you mentioned one professor, who inspired you, being on campus? Who were some of the professors that you really liked?
Really, Sean Novat here at WHPC and Professor Viskovich. Those are the two that I am still in contact with to this day, and I still come on campus occasionally to say hi to them. And those are the two that really helped me through my journey. Whether it's learning the radio here at WHPC or just how to navigate a brand new school in a totally different setting from high school than what I'm used to from high school.
Right. Yeah.
So and that's what the Aspirers and Professor Viskovich were so useful with.
Yeah, and what did they encourage you to do? Once you realized that you loved science, but you wanted to pursue more of like a TV production type of a job?
I didn't realize that until after I graduated. Mm-hmm. I didn't realize that until after I graduated. I still love bio to this day, but I knew it wasn't for me to pursue until after I graduated.
So you left Nassau and you went to Hofstra University, and is that when you realized that you were interested in TV and film?
Yes, I took their introductory TV course, or TVF 24. After, and then at the same time I took in order to progress with my bio minor, which I had going in there, I had to take chem. And for the life of me, I was just so lost when it came to chemistry.
Yeah.
So that's when I dropped the minor and transferred from a bachelor's of arts to a bachelor's of science in TV video production. So
how did Hofstra assist with the transition from you as a community college student and now you're in a 4-year school? What was that like?
The transition was relatively smooth because they also have a program similar to the Aspirers program, not nearly as in depth as the Aspirers program here is, because that program is absolutely phenomenal. I cannot say enough good stuff about it. But but they have a program at Hofstra that is there to help students with disabilities like myself, to get around this new experience of being in a different college, and a college that is frankly much bigger and has a lot more students than NCC, and help me get involved with stuff. And also Sean here was the one who helped me get into WRHU over at Hofstra.
So what were your roles here at 90.3? What did you learn here before you went over there?
I was an engineer on the NASA mix over here. Since I did come here during COVID also, so I was doing a overnight slot during my first year or two here. And then once COVID happened, I transferred to a Friday, I think like noon to 1 or 1 to 2 slots at on Fridays.
Yeah, and now when you were at 88.7, which is the Hofstra University campus radio station, what did you learn over there?
Wow. So when I was over at 88.7 FM, I did so much there. Sean really helped me get my bearings here, and I used that skill to become I was the director of news tech over with their news department, which is Newsline.
Yeah.
So I engineered, I think, almost every single show except for maybe 10, 15 shows this entire semester that I graduated because we didn't have enough engineers.
Yeah.
And so I was the director of news tech there. I did multiple New York Islanders radio engineering on the ESPN broadcast that we have over there. I also did broadcast with the Long Island Nets and New York Riptides. And that's all because I got my engineering start here at WHPC.
Yeah. What were the most important things that you took with you? Like, is it working the board or producing the piece? What is it that you learned?
I would say just the theory behind working the board, because every single board I've learned is very different.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But they all run off the same basic theory, and that theory is what helped me really succeed learning that here and then moving that over to WRHU.
Yeah, that's really amazing. You are listening to Lion Tales on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. My name is Dr. Lynnda Nadien, and our guest today is Jason Spiller, class of 2021. So we were speaking about really, how did you learn to be a radio engineer? What was the first thing that you remember learning?
So I remember coming into here, coming into NCC, I really wasn't sure what kind of clubs I really wanted to get into. Mm-hmm. But I knew I wanted to continue. In high school, I was part of a broadcasting program called BMB, Biltmore Broadcasting Program, which was a brand new thing at the time coming out of Mepham High School. So I wanted to stay with this kind of stuff because I loved it. I loved working in broadcast. So I found out that NCC had a radio station. I was like, it's not TV, but I'll give it a shot. And then Sean really helped me. Once I joined the station here, Sean was really my point of contact. He's the one who I used to be like insanely shy. I used to not really speak much, and he's the one who helped me break out of that shell. Talking every single week on the radio, learning how to do this. It was really Sean that just helped me with getting through all this.
And Sean Novat is the director of the radio station at 90.3 WHPC, and we shout out to him because he has been a mentor and teacher and support system to many, many students who have gone on to meet with success. So it's so great that he was able to teach you a lot and give you confidence.
Yes.
That's something that, you need people in your life that can kind of push you to that point where, you will do it because they make you know that you really can.
I really did not have much confidence going into this, but I left Nassau Community College with a lot of confidence. Knowing that I can speak on the radio with good sound. I don't. I know I stutter sometimes when I'm trying to think of the correct words, but I don't. But when I have everything written out, I can just read it off fairly clearly. Even over at WRHU, I was working there. I did a couple of music slots with friends, just coming on the radio, just to chat with them on there, and I would not even think I could do that when I first started here at WHPC.
Yeah. When you did the Nassau mix, did you feel a little bit more confident because you had kind of other people on with you when you were on, when you were doing the mix? When
I was doing the mix, when I was doing the overnight hours, which is where I started, Sean was really listening in, and he was pointing out my errors like a good mentor does. Yeah. And he helped me get better and better and better through time. And then once COVID hit and I went to a live slot, it was definitely a little bit of an adjustment, but I felt much more confident going into that.
Yeah, that's amazing. So what's your opinion of artificial intelligence, in the industry, not just radio, but like also with now television and film? Is it a help or is it kind of a hindrance for the field?
It is a hurt to the industry personally. I think AI takes both the creativity from people out of it, but also it limits the amount of jobs that are out there for people in the industry.
Yeah.
And then also, I tell anyone, anytime someone brings up the story of AI with me, I always tell them the same thing. I was in a summer program of I don't remember where I was, but they were showing us a video of I remember. I was in a class for where we were making our own sports show at Hofstra. So we looked at and part of the class was we were looking at AI in sports. So they showed us a clip of a soccer game that was entirely cut and by AI. The AI was the technical director. The AI was the director. The AI was the camera operators. The AI was everything. And because the AI was supposed to focus on the ball movement, you couldn't see anything that was going on in the other half of the field, nor could you. And sometimes you couldn't even see the ball because they would lose the ball and focus on the referee's head that was happened to be bald. So it kind of just doesn't fit. I don't think the technology is there right now.
Yeah.
And personally, I don't want it to be there. I personally love the adrenaline rush I get from live television, from live radio, and I don't want that to go away. I want to work. One of my dreams is to work in live television at like NBC, ABC, CBS, or just work on that stuff. And I really hope that AI just doesn't take that away.
Right. Yeah, because it's sort of like we don't really know enough about it. And there was an interview with the CEO for the chatbot, I think it's called.
ChatGPT?
Yeah, something ChatGPT, whatever that's called. And he was saying, I don't really know yet. He knew, like, I guess what some of the technological advancements could be, but he wasn't 100% sure that it would take over industry. And I guess money-wise, even if they weren't paying humans, they'd have to pay somebody or do something with money in order to keep it going.
Yeah.
But it would affect, how do you think it would affect, I mean, we look at, you mentioned, NBC, ABC, CBS, they all have live shows, during the week, for all hours. It seems like the news is on like every half an hour. It's new. How might that affect the anchors or the people that are doing these productions?
I feel like just going from a behind the scenes perspective, I feel like it would be very difficult for an anchor specifically because they rely on that human contact from the director speaking to in their ears saying, hey, we're going to this camera next, or hey, this story is cut from the broadcast, we're running out of time, or hey, wrap this story up now quickly. Without them saying that, it is impossible for them to know.
Yeah, I think it would be like a lot of probably pre-recording
Yes.
and like inner ear, and you'd have to just keep listening. I think that would be kind of like very unusual. I mean, we're not used to television being broadcast in sort of like a robotic way. So we don't even have really a sample of what it could look like. I haven't really seen any great, AI anything yet,
I think I think there's a big difference also between AI and what a human can do.
Yeah.
Yes, humans can make mistakes, but also there's certain creativity to that a human can do rather than a computer.
Yeah. So are you interested in producing in news outlet or more so in
I'm
like
interested
film
in being
and
a part
television?
of a crew. I'm not really producing. I'm not a producer personally. I don't have that kind of personality style to have that much responsibility.
Yeah.
But I would like to be on a crew. I would like to be someone who's working as like the technical director, a camera operator, a playback operator, as something, or I would love to work in live sports as like a replay operator or a television director or a camera operator. Like,
Yeah.
that's kind of stuff that I would love to do.
Yeah, what are some credentials that you need to be a camera operator? Like if you were at the stadium, if you were at Yankee Stadium or you were at Citi Field?
Biggest thing is knowing what you're looking for in the sport and how to follow the action of the sport. And really knowing the sport pretty much is the biggest thing.
Mm-hmm. I noticed, and I don't know if you know this is true because you might know, like I watch a lot of baseball games, and I noticed that
the one sport I don't watch.
Yeah, I noticed the filming is different. If the Yankees are on and it's the Yes Network, they sort of film kind of like the whole field, and they never really close up on the pitcher or close up on the batter's box. But then when I was watching Prime and another, I don't know if it was Roku or whatever that was, and I noticed that they always like close up really on the pitcher, like up on his face, and they don't show the angle between the pitcher and the catcher and the batter. So I thought that was weird, and I was wondering what was that perspective.
It's really up to the director what they want to use that shot to convey.
Yeah.
It could be that it could be a numerous number of reasons. They might want to just show how intense this picture is being.
Yeah.
Or maybe just there's nothing happening that's interesting on the field right now and they want to just have a close up on them rather than just stay on a wide shot that's showing the three people who are important to the game.
Yeah, because it's very, when it comes to like, New York teams and it's New York baseball, it's always like bigger than life. It's like very Disney World, they always want to make it look good.
Yeah, as an Islanders fan, I know what it's like being in those stadiums.
What's your favorite sport?
Hockey, or what's called box lacrosse. It's that's what the New York Red Tide were before they unfortunately have moved up to Ottawa. But box lacrosse or hockey are my two preferred sports.
Okay. And then what's your favorite hockey team?
I'm an Islander, so Islanders. It's kind of easy.
Islanders, yeah. You were listening to Lion Tales on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. My name is Dr. Lynnda Nadien, and our guest today is Jason Spiller, class of 2021. So what were some challenges based on your radio work when, let's say you left WHPC, but you graduated, you went over to Hofstra. What were some challenges there?
Really learning the new system, their system, their broadcast system. Here you have you press a button on the board and it'll start playing out of that channel. There you have what they call a stack, where you pre-stack what is coming up next in the show, and then you just hit play on the computer and it will play through that stack, stopping at where you tell it to stop, so you can do like mic breaks and that kind of stuff. So it's a little bit of a different system, and it took me a little while to get used to it. There are definitely pros and cons to both systems.
Yeah. And so you felt prepared because you did have experiences here at 90.3.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. And so tell us about some of your other interests. You're interested in Rocket League. What is Rocket League?
So Rocket League is a video game where you play soccer, but you use rocket power cars.
Oh.
So I'm a huge fan of the game. I was on the esports team when I was here at Hofstra for that game. I think I was like the inaugural year of that esports program. So we didn't really play in many big competitions, but we played in like one tournament. It was a lot of fun. And then we were and I've always just been into the professional scene, Rocket League Championship Series. So I like watching that, and I play the game myself personally a lot.
And is that through a gaming system? Is that what you have a controller?
It's on any gaming system you can think of. I play on my PC at home. Yeah. But I play it using a PS5 controller.
Okay. And so there's like kind of competition?
Yeah, it's a game. It's a 3v3 most popular thing is 3v3 multiplayer online.
So you could play with someone who's like across the world,
or not exactly
across the country.
you need everything runs to a centralized server. Oh, okay. So I have mine set to US East, so I only play with people who are on the eastern coast of the US.
Okay, so that's probably easier, right?
Not easier. It's more just for the sake of the lag time between seeing what I'm doing in game.
Wow, that's really interesting. And so what is your favorite gaming system then? Use the PS5?
No, actually, I use my I don't have a PS5 controller. I don't have a PlayStation 5. I have my PS5 controller is literally just connected to my computer, which I use to play Rocket League.
Yeah.
But in general, my favorite gaming system is the Nintendo Switch, actually.
Okay.
But I do want to mention, while I was at Hofstra, because I'm such a huge fan of Rocket League, as our senior capstone project, we get to design our own show from scratch. Oh. So what we did, my group, we decided to make a live in-studio Rocket League esports tournament inside the studio at Hofstra.
Oh, wow. And what did they think about that?
We raised about $1,000 to charity, and it went really well. We gave away 3 PS5s, and we got 6 PS5s for free from PlayStation.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So do you are you interested in developing any games?
No, I'm not a coder.
No, I'm not a coder. Because even coding is really interesting too. I think that some colleges are offering a degree in some type of coding.
I took a coding class while I was here.
Yeah.
At NCC, I took a coding class while I was here.
Yeah. It is interesting to know.
It's interesting, but it's so hard to do.
Yeah.
I really respect my friend who is a coder.
Yeah.
So I really respect what he does for a living.
And what do you think of the success of, Super Mario and Legend of Zelda and all of those games?
Legend of Zelda is by far my favorite game series of all time.
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild is my favorite game of all time. So I really just love the series. I can play them all day.
Yeah, I used to love Mario Kart and all the games. And, my son, obviously, he had all the gaming systems. I used to have to go around and try to find him the old ones and hook up all the new ones. And he really loved that. But, I mean, it's such a great hobby.
Video games are fun.
And, it's good for the brain because the smart people love the games and they're really good at it.
And it's also really good for hand-eye coordination.
Yeah, it's incredible. So now, what would you tell your younger self when you go back to when you first came to Nassau? What would you say to yourself now? Look at how much you've accomplished.
Really, just follow what you want to do. I would say just have fun with what you're doing and just be happy.
Yeah. Do you find that your interests and hobbies kind of overlap into the work that you do?
Not really, actually. My Magic the Gathering, which is a trading card game, and gaming. Well, they're both games in general. They don't really overlap with television video, really, except for the broadcasted professional versions of those games, where you have the professional people who play these games playing the game. But I mostly watch them for what are those things called? The actual visuals of the live events and seeing what kind of shots what kind of editing they do on these. Just that's the part that I really like about watching them. I follow them throughout the year, but I mostly watch the live events that are in front of audiences.
Mm-hmm. And so what advice would you give to the incoming class at Nassau Community College?
Really just have fun with it. Enjoy your time here. It's going to go quicker than you expect, but also you're going to learn so much here, and so much of this stuff will help you in the future.
Absolutely. I would like to thank our guest, Jason Spiller, class of 2021. How can our listeners contact you?
Really, I'm on Twitter at JS2062, and then I'm also on LinkedIn as Jason Spiller.
Thanks so much for being a guest today. My name is Dr. Lynnda Nadien, and I serve as a director on the board of the Nassau Community College Alumni Association, and I am a proud alum. Lion Tales is available as a podcast on iTunes, Android Podcasts, and Spreaker. More information is online at nccradio.org. Thanks for listening to Lion Tales on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
They are our cuddlers and coworkers, purr machines and love bugs, and constant companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life so much better. When we face unexpected challenges in life, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people who love their pets, and the pets who love their people, ensuring these families stay exactly where they belong, together. And you have something to offer. With an open heart and mind, there is nothing you can't do. There's no gesture too small or too big when it comes to helping. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. You can help keep pets and people together. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. This has been a public service announcement brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.